The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming out. Good afternoon to you, Ken, out in Chicago. Thank you, Kelly, in New York City. Thank you for joining us today. Well, good morning, actually, to you and to Kelly out there in California. Thanks for joining us. This is Mobile Video, the next level of mobile marketing. I am Jim Marnie, the Mobile Media Manager here at ATS Mobile. And today we're going to be talking a lot about mobile video. We're really excited to get this started. And before I get started, I just want to get into, who we are at ATS Mobile, get you a little bit better acquainted with us. We're not a startup like most mobile agencies today. We've been around since 1989. 1989, that's almost 25 years of interactive phone services. Now you're probably thinking, Jim, what are you talking about? Mobile video is pretty new. I don't understand. Well, we started in the 900 number business, ran through that throughout the 90s, one of the largest providers in the U.S. and Canada for 900 numbers. And then in 2002, we took a mobile focus, pioneering our ringtone business. Had 60,000 subscriptions at one time to monstertones.com. You guys probably remember Monstertone, or not Monstertone specifically, but your ringtones you have on your phone. But now we offer everything in mobile. I like to say if you're doing it on your phone, we're involved, whether that's text message marketing, targeted mobile advertising, responsive websites as well as mobile websites, app development, of course, what we're here to talk about, video development and mobile video placement. That's a pretty good overview of ATS Mobile. Now let's jump into video. It holds the top spot for content marketing. There's no signs of it slowing down or stopping anytime soon. It's continually increasing year after year, and now especially in the world of mobile. Now, this September, we set a record for the highest number of mobile video users ever at 188.7 million and 22.9 billion video ads served. Now, there were 48 billion content videos viewed in July, but 46 billion, I should say, this in September is still a pretty high number in my opinion. Now, I think we can attribute the 48 billion over the summertime, kids being off school, sitting around, watching more videos. This is where we're headed. We can predict the adoption of mobile video to steadily increase. Obviously, as we see smartphone and tablet ownership increase, and what I predict is within the next year, maybe a year and a half, where mobile actually takes over desktop internet access, mobile video in turn will take over as the supreme channel of video viewership. Tablets are driving this increase. Smartphone viewership is obviously increasing because we all have smartphones now, most of us do at least. We're on our way to having tablets. Owning a tablet allows you to have that nice big screen right in front of you, prime for watching videos as you're sitting there. Well, we'll get into more of that later. Let me stop there. But smartphone viewership in total from 2011 to 2012 doubled. Tablet nearly tripled. Again, just further proving that tablet viewership is your prime viewer. Not to say that smartphone viewers are non-existent. There's still 25 million watching at least 4 hours per month. And then, a lot of us, 26%, watching at least one video a day, if not more. Let's investigate who these people really are. Typically, they have an unlimited data package. They're watching, like I said, one video or more per day. And it's mainly streams. There's also some downloads. Now, you can probably attribute the downloads to maybe movies or TV shows where people download it, but it's for later viewing that they're going to be watching that. And then 25 to 44-year-old is that mean average for who is watching these videos. Now, most of the people watching clips, what we're watching are short clips from a mobile device, and you might be able to attribute that to our short attention spans that some of us have, but I think it's more the content. It's music videos, movie trailers, tutorial videos, and then of course viral videos. All these videos are less than 10 minutes long. They're usually between 3 to 7 minutes. That's why you can see that they're the most commonly viewed, and also why there's so many videos under 10 minutes, why that's the most common length of videos. If we want to dig into why we watch the videos that we do, It's because there's something we're interested in. Obviously, we're not going to watch something that we have no interest in, and that's why it's important to know your audience when you create a video and know who is going to be viewing it. I want to point out two numbers on this. First of all, in the bar graphs on the far right, a mobile ad makes up 9% of the videos that people are watching. And then if you look on the other motivations right below that, at 8% is a result of a mobile search, which I'll get into a little bit more later. But right now it's just why and how we're watching it. Most of the time it's on an app, slightly more than mobile web. And what that means, I know for a fact that mobile app is being driven by YouTube. That's where people are going to watch videos. And I'm sure with the mobile web that's true as well. But with the mobile website, that means that there's probably being led to that video through some type of search. I think this is pretty cool. This slide depicts, when people are watching, what people are watching, and why, all in one slide. And what we see is an increase throughout the day, peaking between 4 and 9 p.m. It starts out a little slow in the morning, kind of between breaks maybe while people are at work or at school watching, catching up on TV, or maybe watching a movie trailer or watching a news clip. But it really doesn't peak until the night. Like I said, 4 to 9 p.m. where people are off work, they're home from school, they're able to sit down and wind down after dinner, sit with their tablet or phone in front of their TV. We have that two-screen experience I'm sure most of us are all familiar with. Now, we call these tablets and smartphones mobile devices, which means they're devices we can take with us on the go. But when it comes to video, most of our time is spent at home. Again, looking back to the last slide, this makes sense because we are at our peak viewership in that time when most people are home from work and at school, wherever. However, we do watch videos while we're out commuting, traveling, at work, like I said, in between breaks maybe, or at someone else's house. Again, let's go back to something I mentioned, the two-screen experience. People are most comfortable watching video in their bedroom or in their living room. And why is that? That's because we're on the couch digesting our dinner, most likely with the TV on, and with the tablet on our laps or, on our phone. Or when it gets later, we're getting ready for bed, we just want to relax before bed, watch some videos before falling asleep, or sometimes we get on one of those click-through rampages where, we're on YouTube, we said we're just going to watch the trailer for Gravity before going to bed, but at the end of that we see the trailer for Escape Plan, so we watch that, and then we see another video that we want to watch. And then before you know it, 2 hours later, you're watching a video on how to teach sign language to your cat. We've all been there. We've all been to that part of YouTube after watching so many videos and clicking on the suggestions. I know, we all know that. Now, it makes sense that TV-related media receives higher interest rates because of everything we've been seeing on the two-screen experience, providing a call to action to, or maybe visit our website, download our app, watch scenes from our next episode. That's better received because the mobile device is sitting right there, and we know that the mobile device is going to be sitting there with the TV on. Now, it's easiest to get to that, scenes from the next episode via mobile, and you can see through this that the completion rate of the videos are higher when it comes to TV-related video, and the video view rate in general is higher. Now, why video? I kind of want to take a step in that direction. Video takes you through an experience. You walk through this. You let your eyes and your ears do the work, and you let your brain receive the information, as opposed to, when you're reading a blog post where the user can skim through it, pick it apart, not really receive the full experience being offered. And many of these mobile videos are watched, being under 10 minutes, there isn't a lot to skip through. And most of all, we can elicit that strong emotional response. We respond better to when more of our senses are activated, especially visual and auditory stimulation, and we retain that information much better. So for brands, you have to think about the personal connections you can make. We can connect with the viewer. We show the human side of the brand. Allstate is doing an excellent job with this at the moment, I think, with their Mayhem campaign, where literally they portray mayhem, whether that's a tree falling, objects flying out the back of the pickup, or an actual human being. I just think that's great. We remember that because we can connect. And video, of course, is the key motivator in the purchase. Now, video is great for SEO. Google ranks video higher among content results as a search. 53 times higher actually. And that makes sense. You think about if you're looking up a tutorial or a movie trailer or a music video, you're going to click on the video before you click on a text result. Now, mobile and social, they are the new bread and butter. They integrate perfectly together, and it's the medium in which these videos go viral, in which they're shared. Of course, email, text messages, YouTubes, they're all still part of they're players in this sharing, but most of the time you're doing it on Facebook. Twitter seems pretty low at this stage, but I still think that, it's still definitely important. And obviously viral video is more popular than viral text or viral pictures. I don't even know the last time I've heard of a viral picture or viral text, honestly. Now, let's segue into mobile video ads. It's important to see where mobile advertising is going. We're predicted to keep growing just as mobile video is growing, and the amount of spend that's being put into it obviously is going to increase. This year, in 2013, it's accounting for $576 million, which translates to about 13% of the digital ad market. And video has a higher click-through rate than your traditional display or banner ads. It's funny, ads placed at the end of a video have a higher click-through rating, while ads at the beginning of a video have significantly more impressions. And that makes sense because in order to watch the video you intended to, you're going to have to watch the ad first. I also thought it was interesting that videos longer than 2 minutes, regardless of the position, whether it's in the middle or the beginning, they have a higher click-through rating. Now this slide, it's really not specific to video in my opinion, but we're going to talk about video since obviously that's the theme of this webinar. Now relating to advertising, what the user is already engaging in with makes the viewer more receptive to the ad. If your ad focuses on the content or recent video history, or is content within the vicinity, in that same location, or you have the demographic information of the viewer, who your target is, your ad is going to be better received. Think about you're watching highlights from the basketball game last night. You're going to be more receptive to a Nike ad or a Wilson ad, anything related to basketball than you would a Revlon commercial, for example. You have to make it personal. Now, and the viewers aren't really asking much of these videos being watched, just that it works. That's the number one thing, that they don't have to wait for it to buffer, that the streaming is fast, and that it comes from a trusted source, like it's on YouTube. Those are the most important things. Then comes the quality of the video. So make sure it works before you actually place it first. Now here's a look at the mobile ad ecosystem. It's complicated. I mean, complicated might be an understatement. And what we try to do is make it easier for you. But the opportunity for mobile right now is ripe. You can look at the amount spent, the amount of time spent in media. Right now, TV is still the highest, but mobile and internet are still growing. On the other hand, you see the time spent with print and radio. They're both decreasing, but the amount spent in advertising is still very high. On the other hand, mobile, there's that gap between the amount of time being spent with mobile and the amount that's being spent on mobile by advertisers. And what that really does is just makes mobile right now very affordable. Now looking at the pool we can pull from, we have a giant pool of 13 billion monthly impressions, 160 million unique visitors who we can reach each month. If we get a little more specific into that, it's scalable across all these different platforms, the iPad, the iPhone, Android devices, and also Windows Phone. Windows doesn't make up a large amount of the market share, but still we can include them. Android's the highest, just because there's so many devices and so many devices running that operating system. And when it comes down to the display of the targeting, we see 75% of the time ads are being placed in-app rather than on the web-based mobile website. And there's a little bit of a difference, some of the creative files that we're able to put on, and obviously apps are only for smartphones. You can't download an app to your dumb phone or your feature phone. So that's why we see more of these videos and ads being placed in-app rather than web-based. Now here's where the magic is. This is the extreme targeting we can do, targeting specifically the specific days and hours that you want to reach. where you want to show them, like I said, on apps or mobile websites, and then those devices that you want to show them on. And what's really great about what we're able to do with targeting is geo-targeting, be able to target location. So taking that two important things, knowing your demographic and be able to target to them, and also being able to target in a specific location are very important. It's two things we're able to do now with the technology we have. Just to give an example, to show you what we're doing, and something else that's very cool, which is geofencing, is target a specific area and demographic with a specific ad. Now you can see here we're targeting a sports stadium, the Ottawa Senators. So what we did is we targeted not only the stadium itself, but the surrounding parking lots. Set it so that the only time the ad would be received is 2 hours before the game, during the game, and then 2 hours after the game, and focused it towards sports. The apps that it was placed on were sports related, whether that was hockey, NFL, or fantasy football. Focusing it on sports, we're able to target that demographic that we know it's going to be in the area at the time that it's going to be the area, and then giving them the content that they're going to be most receptive to. Now, what I want to do is just show you some of the ways we can have these videos or banners inserted into ads. This would be, right within the app or the mobile website. You click on it, tap on it from your device, and it starts playing right there. That's a very common way we place them. Also, the click to full screen, as you can see, we have the banner across the bottom, and once you click on that, that can open up into a larger video that will play. Then there's the full screen interstitial. Now this might be if it's being placed in a game, in between levels of the game, while there's a loading screen. Rather than a loading screen, we can put the video there. Or also, when you first open up an app, and while the app is loading, it will play the video. You can probably see this a lot during, when you're listening to music on Pandora or Spotify. And we also have the ability to do a little bit with rich media. We're able to do that with video and banners themselves, being able to link out maybe to the mobile website or capture the data. Access to GPS is very popular, as well as adding a calendar reminder right to your phone. You can do that all within the app with one of these type of ads. And then, of course, the most common, the full-screen interstitial units. Just having it open up into, the content, whether that's rich media. You see some examples here, a mobile website, which can be a video that leads to the mobile website, the click-through afterwards. These are just some examples of that. Now, just to end, I just want to end on a quote. I think this is great. The change we see is not optional. The change we see is not fiction. The change we see will disrupt, destroy, regrow, and redraw business, borders, and barriers. It can't be ignored. It can't be put off. It can't be buried. That's what mobile is. That's what mobile video is. And that's where I would like to end. So I want to thank everyone else out there for joining us today. I made a few shout outs in the beginning. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for enjoying this video. It will be available. We'll send out a reminder to download the slide shares, also as well as a video on YouTube you'll be sent out. We also have other webinars coming up this quarter. You can check them out on our page. If you scan my QR code here, that'll take you to atsmobile.com, where you can register for another webinar, explore our capabilities more. And that's about it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.